That's right, you're the talker. Anyway, great idea. I gotta go to the store. I told them that I would buy him some more tissues.
What's happening, everybody? I'm doing another live about crypto, waiting for Heidi to join. Crypto tips happening. Kaylee, Harrison, yes champ.
What do you think? Too much?
Ollie, how you getting on, mate? Yes, I think she's already requested us. Heidi's just joining now from popular YouTube channel Crypto. There you are. How you doing?
Hey Jamie, doing good. How are you?
Yeah, very good, very good. My headphones work. That's a relief. I did one of these the other day and I had a lot of technical issues before we got started.
Nice.
So you're out in Portugal now. You don't live there, no? Do you live there or are you on vacation? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm here like 6 months out of the year for the winter, for the fall season.
Oh, that's awesome. And you're from America?
Originally, yeah, but I don't live there anymore. I actually renounced citizenship there, so.
Oh, really? Awesome. Oh, okay, cool. Well, look, for everyone watching, any of my followers, this is Heidi. She's runs popular YouTube channel Crypto Tips. 144,000 subscribers. That's no easy feat, Heidi. I know you and your partner Toby run it, right?
Yeah. Since
awesome.
2016.
2016. I did notice that as well. Why did you guys start up with the channel? I mean, like I said, I know you got 7 million views. It's a hell of a feat to get to on YouTube. How did you guys get started?
Yeah, so it's been quite a journey for me through, being a regular person working really crappy minimum wage jobs to living a nomadic lifestyle and working online. So long story short, I basically started traveling. I had been introduced to crypto earlier on in early 2015. And then I joined this website. It's kind of like Facebook, kind of like Reddit. You get rewarded in cryptocurrencies for posting blogs. And so I started posting a lot of my travel stories and gained a pretty good audience there. And I realized that that was in 2016, like July 2016. A lot of people who were joining that platform wanted to earn money. They didn't really know what cryptocurrency was. So I saw a need, and me also being an outsider, like I didn't study economics or computer science in college, so I felt like an outsider trying to understand cryptocurrency. So that's the angle that I had with Crypto Tips when I launched it in November that year. So yeah, that's kind of what inspired the YouTube channel.
That's awesome. I mean, I haven't heard a story like that yet, but I mean, which is great. You sort of organically got into it.
Yeah.
And when you were just saying about, I hadn't studied economics, or, I think a lot of people seem to think that you need to know a lot about finance to get into crypto. Obviously, you need to do your research, but the fact is, this is so new, this technology, that a lot of people still are just getting to grips with it, and the world's just getting to grips with it, right? So it's a crazy sort of world in itself anyway. So yeah, you kind of learned on the job then as you went along.
Oh, absolutely. And I got it in the comments. A lot of people are like, who's this girl, trying to talk about cryptocurrencies, like getting off. And so I definitely learned a lot in, self-confidence in that way, working through that. But definitely, I mean, cryptocurrencies is such like a freeing technology in so many different ways, and match that with the internet and the freedom of information that provides, matching that with how it can give you financial and constantly inspired. So yeah, pretty excited that I got it.
Well, that's awesome. If you were getting shit from it, you can just say, look at me now, eh? It's the best feeling, huh? That's wicked. So what did you do? You were just working from job to job. Is this your main job now then? So you're like, you get to travel, you get to work from your phone, you do your YouTube, and I'm guessing that you trade in crypto yourself?
A little bit, not day trading, but definitely investing mid to long term, yeah. But before this, I was working as a waitress at the restaurant. My father had a sign shop that I was maybe going to be taking over if I, didn't have anything else.
Right.
So yeah, definitely coming from, uh, I don't know, it was an essential for me in how my life could be. I met my husband Kobe now, and he's a surfer, and he's been traveling a lot. So basically, that was my reality was if I want to hang out with this guy, I have to earn money online, which is great. I mean, that's whatever motivation.
Well, there you go. Absolutely nailed it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, look, I guess let's get into the nitty gritty then. One of the questions I always get to ask someone like yourself is, like we were saying earlier about crypto being a pretty hard thing to get your head around, especially if you've never heard of it. I wouldn't say anyone in the world has never heard of it now. I could say quite comfortably everyone's heard something about it.
Yeah.
How would you describe crypto to someone that, you know, doesn't know about it? What would your description of it be? What would a cryptocurrency?
Honestly, the first thing that I want to say is magical internet money. And it's and that it's, again, there's a lot of different reasons why people get into cryptocurrencies. Some people it's just for the profits. Some people it's because the government. Some people are trying to look out for the investments and hedging against inflation. Those are all valid and can definitely be achieved. But cryptocurrencies are basically a great evolution of money, in that it takes the power and control over how that money works, and it puts it into the hands of the people for the people. Truly an evolution of money. It's never been on this scale, and it's never been achievable before in all of history. So this is truly an amazing time to be witnessing and yeah, experiencing this cryptocurrency thing. So yeah.
I think that's a perfect way of describing it, because I think one thing people really don't realize is I know a lot of people think people investing in crypto, like you said, trying to get rich quick and all of these kind of things, but there's a huge political influence, or at least what would be the word? There's an intention to get involved in cryptocurrency for political reasons, because like you said, government controlled money. And I know I had a chat the other day with a guy, and he was talking about the gold standard and how every note used to be tied to gold.
Yep.
In 1971, Richard Nixon decided to axe that, and all of a sudden the government could print money and do whatever the hell they wanted, and your note was worth nothing anymore. And what cryptocurrency has now done is provided us with a constant, like Bitcoin, for example. It's a finite amount of Bitcoin on an unhackable ledger that everyone can see publicly. So it puts the power back into public hands. So it's not just a get rich quick scheme at all. It's actually, like you've said brilliantly, it's an evolution of money. And now this, more than anything I can see in the world, would be more valuable than anything out there. And the governments haven't got full control over it, which they probably fucking hate.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of what would you call slamming in the media and all these different things. But I'd say now this moves on well, actually. I was going to say, where do you think the market's going to go? But I guess that kind of moves on to that, because you can see the media now are starting to really come around to the idea. Big institutions are starting to toy with the idea. It's becoming mainstream. What do you see in the future for crypto?
Yeah, I think the next big thing to pay attention to are the central bank digital currencies, also known as CBDCs. Europe, China, the US, they're all talking about launching their own. They're taking this type of technology, blockchain technology, and working it to their best interest, as always. Not, you know, but it's like there's lots of room for them to use this for tracking, for controlling how you can use. If there's people who talk about PayPal and their issues if they were leaning towards a specific political party or whatever. All of a sudden, their PayPal was getting limited, and they wouldn't be able to make payments or make payments, or basically it politicized your own wealth. And CBDCs are that as well, but I think overall, what we're seeing is a lot of people are waking up to inflation. That's a huge narrative for Bitcoin this past year. And magical money, just for drug dealers, activities, and maybe non Bitcoin, which it's pseudo, not a coin. I think that's a common misconception with Bitcoin. And now we're seeing this hedge against inflation. We're seeing more and more public companies put Bitcoin on their books, and private companies as well, of course, but bigger money is coming into Bitcoin and long term just as a hedge against inflation. So talking about what's going to happen with the price of Bitcoin is very superficial, but it's what draws basically a lot of people, I think, probably into. That's what drew me in, was this happening that would free me. And so I think we're going to see the pattern of the Bitcoin market, the cryptocurrency market in general, change. There was in a 4-year cycle, could have been very useful with Bitcoin, but I think your money holding big amounts of Bitcoin, people waking up to inflation and really diving more into the fundamentals of what Bitcoin is all about. I think it's going to change the price patterns that we might otherwise. Long perspective with crypto, with Bitcoin, and if very bullish. I mean, there's orderless, permit, a lot of very solid attributes.
Yeah, sorry, you're dipping in and out a little bit
sorry.
when you. No, it's not you. It's just some of it's been clear, but from what I got from it, you were explaining that basically the outlook with everything, and I did catch all the reasons why, but you think, obviously, I agree, more people are going to buy into it. It's only going to grow. You were saying about the price patterns changing. Did you say they were going to be a bit more steady and less volatile? Was that what you were getting at? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's as more people adopt it, right?
Exactly. It's less like they call retail investors, which is basically you and me, as like dumb money. Basically people who buy, maybe not you and me, but people who only buy Bitcoin when they hear it all over the news and it's already, and then they're buying it. And then they sell it when it starts crashing. They sell it at a loss because they don't know anything about it. And I think people are waking up to the fundamentals of Bitcoin. I think into okay, less volatility and maybe a longer cycles for market and bear market. Who knows? It's a brand new asset class. Who knows? Like, it's a shame to try to put it into a box and be able to define it so easily right now. It's still very new.
Yeah. No, I completely agree, and that's actually been the general consensus to most people in cryptocurrency. Is it? I think one of the things that scares most investors off, or at least puts most people off, because I've met a lot of people that are very anti-crypto, and usually some of these people have lost money.
Yeah.
And it's very, very easy because the market's so unbelievably volatile. And just like you said, someone will buy because they hear all the hype about it. And then short term, it will plummet, which it can, because the volatility is so extreme that you look at Bitcoin going from £50,000 down to £30,000 in a matter of months. Yeah. So these people see that, they lose money, they pull out, and they're scared. But like you said, zoom out and look at the bigger picture. It's only gone from strength to strength. The dips have been like less low every time. The peaks have been higher every time. So the general trend is up. And I think, I agree. The more people learn about it, I guess would that be one of your biggest tips before ever investing for anyone listening to this? Make sure you look at the long game and don't day trade, because it's basically gambling, isn't it? Day trading during, with cryptocurrency.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's some good advice. I this is one question that came in. I have to ask everybody this: Bitcoin or Ethereum? Because I know there's this big battle. Is Ethereum ever going to get up there? What's your thoughts on that?
Personally, I don't think Ethereum is going to flip Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's network effect is a force to be reckoned with. Conversely, Ethereum's network effect with DeFi is also a force to be reckoned with. I don't think that they're equal in what they're trying to do. But yeah, personally, I think Bitcoin is going to be number one for a while. I'm not a maximalist by any means. My own portfolio is basically roughly 30% Bitcoin, 30% Ethereum, crazy little altcoins. Um, so I'm pretty bullish on each of those for different reasons. Yeah.
That's a good way to explain it. They're different projects. They're almost, I guess, they're both cryptocurrencies, but they've both got such different qualities that they're almost in their own classes. So there's room and scope for them both to do amazingly well. So why keep comparing them? I like that. So let's talk altcoins then. What name a couple of altcoins that you like, and where do you start with that? What do you look at? What do you look for in an altcoin? Or do you just sort of having a bit of fun with your money at that point and sort of seeing if you can find the next big thing? What is it?
Sure. I mean, altcoins are, in my opinion, they're like all speculation at this point, especially the new ones. They haven't proven themselves. They haven't really tried to have any scalability issues that Bitcoin and Ethereum are having. Obviously, some are more. There's definitely a difference between, let's say, 2017, when the IPO phase was coming up. For those of you who've been in it that long, that was pure speculation. People were making millions and millions of dollars just putting out a white paper, just a basic description of what it could be, not necessarily what it was. And now we're seeing things like DeFi really take off. And in fact, a lot of these altcoins that are involved with DeFi are outperforming Bitcoin during dips, or just altogether being outliers where they're not performing with the same general trend. But yeah, I mean, Ethereum is great, and I don't doubt longevity, but there's something to be said for the profits to be made in the platforms that are trying to make up for Ethereum's, say, high fees, maybe slow transaction fees. So Solana has been one that we've been talking about for almost a year now. AVAX, I'm slowly warming up to. Toby is definitely much more confident in that one than I am at this point. Again, longevity. Chainlink, I think, is a really good project as well. Oracles, that goes hand in hand with DeFi. What are there's several more. I'm so bad with these right off the top of my head, but
I mean, there's so many. There's so many. Right?
so there's like thousands of altcoins. Sure.
Right. I'll ask you one more question that we was given in, and I guess this is from someone considering dabbling in crypto. Just a quick few of the pros. I think you went over enough of the pros of cryptocurrency at the beginning. Few of the cons. Can you think? What would you name as cons of cryptocurrency?
Yeah, right off the bat, the prolific.
Sorry, I missed that.
The scammers within
Yeah.
space, they're prolific, and the way that blockchain technology is it's immutable. That means it's permanent. That means if you send them your crypto, they have your crypto. And
I've been scammed twice.
I'm so sorry about that.
I mean, I felt sick when I woke up after I had been scammed. But do you know what? In a weird way, the only thing that made me feel better was that I could do nothing about it. Do you know what I mean? Because otherwise you'd be sitting there going, who do I call? How do I figure this out and get this person? You can't. Once it's done, it is done. But yeah, sorry, continue.
No, a lot of people, you know, you paid your lesson. You paid for your education in crypto, basically. I think what's really important is to facilitate educational and intuitive investment currencies. That means finding the red flags. That's something that I'm really always focusing on and turning into with my YouTube channel. But so with this permanence of blockchain technology, it puts responsibility solely on your shoulders. There's no savior really that's going to come in and you know, do everything, give your money back. There are some insurance type options within crypto for like DeFi things, but some see it as a pro, that it's all on you. It's in your power. Some people don't have the time or the energy or the ability to take on responsibility, and they're at risk of trusting someone else to do something for them, falling for these guaranteed profits, and else. Regardless, I think this technology isn't going anywhere, and sooner or later, whether you like it or not, you will be involved in cryptocurrency again, and that lesson will probably have been burned to memory in your and you won't fall for it again, hope.
Yeah, awesome. That I completely agree. And like I say, it's still a little bit of a sour point for me, but I think it needed to happen. Because a lot of people describe crypto as the Wild West, and there's a lot about it that's not, but there are definitely parts of it that are. And speaking of scammers, I even noticed that you have like 4 or 5 fake accounts on Instagram. I actually was speaking to another YouTuber. I sent a message out, and I got 3 of the same person inbox me. I don't know how if they knew I'd sent the message or any. I don't know how this happened, but pretending to be this person, and you've got multiple people pretending to be you.
Yeah.
Are they out to are they looking for people to send them money, investment, pretending to be you, saying you'll invest it? Is that?
It's really sad. What they do is they block me, so I can't even report them. I often don't even know that they exist. They block me. I did a video on how to spot a scammer on Instagram. Basically, the easiest thing is you look at their posts. They're all posted within 24 hours. And what they do is they copy all the posts, they friend request all of your followers to follow them. And then once people kind of start on that they're a scammer, they switch the name, they switch all the posts, but they keep their followers. So a lot of these scammers have like 10 times the followers I do. And
wow.
they're always saying, oh, we have a special investment. It's just for you. I'm not investing this yet. Exclusive thing, profits. It sounds too good to be true, and it always is. And it's really unfortunate that people fall for it. And I wish that I could do more to protect them, but it's so many that are popping up all the time. I'm literally talking about it every waking moment, trying to warn it. So it's unfortunate, and Instagram won't verify me. So I need to change my name, I guess, on Instagram or something.
That's so frustrating. I know Instagram annoys me sometimes because they'll what would you call it? Complete brain meltdown now, but they'll like censor, easy word. They'll censor so many things, but somehow scammers are they're everywhere. Like, and they keep going, and you report them, and they'll come back with that message. I hate these people aren't going against Instagram's guidelines. Literally stealing money. I don't know what your guidelines are, but like, that's what these people are doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel your pain there. Right. So quickly, I know we've sort of spoken about the forecast of Bitcoin. What do you think about the whole Russia trying to ban cryptocurrency? Do you think that's even possible?
No.
I can't. I don't see how. But yeah, what do you think of that?
So I do want to say this right off the bat. I'm putting it out there. No government, I don't care how powerful they are, what their military is like, they cannot ban Bitcoin, at least. You can't bomb code. I'm going to say that. Encryption is a really awesome, non-violent protest to a government. And anyway, further than that, to shut down a decentralized network that is open source, that anyone can start up a node and help to contribute to the transactions, that can't be shut down. But what they can do is they can target these centralized bottlenecks of how people access cryptocurrencies. These are centralized exchanges, like popular ones are Binance.com, Kraken, Gemini, all these centralized exchanges that are very easy for you to connect to your bank account, fund account, but they're easy because they're centralized, and that can limit people's on-ramps. But every time a country tries to ban cryptocurrency, there is an incredible amount of capital flight from that country into cryptocurrency. When China banned, they actually followed through with it this past summer. There was a huge influx in investments in decentralized exchanges and uses of decentralized exchanges because you can't stop it. So also this thing with Russia, obviously it's not official. It's not even coming from the government itself. It's coming from their central bank. A lot of speculation. This is not the first time that Russia has talked about banning cryptocurrencies. It's like China, or they're going to maybe another 20 times. But crypto is a force to be reckoned with. And the irony is that every time there's so many incredible minds working to evolve this space and get robust so that they can keep building on it. Every time a government tries to like control it or bring it down or whatever, it's highlighting the weaknesses of what's happening here, and it's showing people what they need to work on more to make it more robust. So an analogy that I love to use is like if a government is trying to control crypto, it's like a wet block of soap. The more they squeeze it, the farther it's going to fly.
Further it's going to go, further everyone to get it. Yeah.
It's really cool. Yeah.
That's a really good way of describing it. Right, I think I've asked you pretty much everything.
How about working on with crypto?
What am I working on? So yeah, this is the reason I'm doing this is because I'm an ambassador for a new cryptocurrency. Just a disclaimer for anyone that's listening to this, Heidi is not involved in this at all. This is nothing like a sponsorship or anything. But I do thank you for coming on here, Heidi, because this is just to educate any of my followers. Because when I made the announcement, so many people were asking me about crypto, and I thought it'd be a really good idea to get some of you guys on that are much, very well versed in this kind of thing and have some chats. I think that's the best way to learn about crypto. But as we were just saying about the blockchain and about the fairness, or at least the fact that you can't hack the blockchain, the fact that it's a public ledger. The coin I'm involved in is basically, it's a lottery coin. It's a little bit like the National Lottery in the sense that we give 10% of every daily jackpot to charity. It's currently in pre-sale. The jackpot's the lottery's going to start in around March. But it's like the lottery with a massive difference. I think the biggest difference is with this, every single transaction, every single amount of money that's won in the jackpot, that's put in the jackpot, is all on the public ledger. So it's much more transparent than the public lottery. And we're giving 10% of the daily jackpot to charity. And also a huge thing that I loved about it was you're not only playing the lottery if you want to play or don't want to play. When you buy into the coin, you own a stake in the lottery itself. So 10% of the jackpots are also going to go back to every single currency holder in dividends. So that's going to be daily, whether you play or whether you don't play. So the things that attracted me to it, the charitable side of it, so it's going to sort of make more of an impact off of the crypto scene as well as on the crypto scene, hopefully. And the ambition of the project, and also speaking about these coins, we know they're risky altcoins, the things that start out. There's a lot of rug pulls out there. I also got done by one of those. And do you know what? Not annoyingly, because it might have just been the project failed, but it was a tough pill to swallow. But the guys and the coders and everybody that is involved in Lucky Block are putting an anti-dumping scheme in place where anyone that holds a large amount of tokens is tied in for a certain amount of time, respective of their holding. So yeah, I thought it was a really great idea, and hopefully with the ambition of these guys, they want to turn it into like a casino in the metaverse. They want an NFT off casino tables. They want Lucky Block to be the token. How mental is the metaverse, by the way?
Yeah, that's the force to be reckoned with for sure.
Jesus.
That's
They're selling land for more than real land costs in a fake place. This genuinely is like if it was 20 years ago and you're watching telly and you look at the future and go, that would never happen. Now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's basically it. And like I said, just the charitable side of this coin, the anti-dumping scheme, and the ambition to move into sort of something much bigger just shows me that these guys really want to take it as far as they possibly can. So I thought it was a great idea, and thank you so much for coming on here and helping all of my followers and everybody that's watched this understand a little bit more about crypto. That was a brilliant chat, and you're teaching me something as well. It's awesome. It's a crazy world, but I think you've given it a little bit of clarity there.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Awesome. Listen, guys, so it's Crypto Tips is the YouTube. Whether you're watching this live, I'm going to post this video. So if you're watching it, It will be in the description. I'll also put a post up, another story up, with a link to the YouTube channel so you guys can check it out and go and listen to Toby and Heidi here. And clearly they give good advice, because 144,000 subscribers later, you guys are doing something right.
Thanks so much for trying.
Yeah, there we go. Well, listen, you have a lovely night, and I'll hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, thanks, you too. Bye.
See ya. Bye bye.